of the Red Cedar in East Lansing, Spartan Stadium. Is there really anything better than immersing yourself in football all afternoon on a Saturday? And we continue with this one. Spartans headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. Fielded in the end zone. It's Best. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
I think in college football, games are still won and lost in the trenches, David, and we are looking at one of the great offensive lines today in college football. They know every single week one thing. They're going to try to line up, and they're going to try and run the football. When you've got a tailback like they've got, and you've got this offensive line, man, they're hard to stop.
They are hard to stop, man. And what I love about offensive linemen, I like when they don't like people, and they enjoy moving people against their will. And this unit, man, they're going to pave holes, and this running back's going to get the credit. But make no mistake about it, that line up front paves the way and makes his job so much easier.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Complete. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible. And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees call it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field, get it to him early on the first drive, let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
The give to the lone running back. Down to the 30-yard line where he stopped after a gain of 5, and that will be a first down. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Dropping back, it's Vega. Oh, they're after him. There he goes. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. when he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Ball is at the 8-yard line as they try to open the scoring. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. After run, now throw. Trying to find the end zone. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They want to throw it. Wide out trying to get it in. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. They've methodically worked their way down the field. The 11th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. So this defense created some confusion and delay, and the delay of game penalty could give the D some momentum here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's Vega. Here's a heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. At the end of that play, there is a Spartan who is slow to get up. While they have a look at the injured player, will take a timeout. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And that is no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
So Michigan State's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Fancher. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
It's not the end of the world. Bear with me. There is nothing worse than watching wide receivers run those little under routes, and I throw the football, and I'm 10 yards short. You got to push the ball down the field if you're going to get the first down. And guess what? You threw an interception, so be it. You made the tackle, no big deal. It's kind of like a punt.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Setting up the screen. Still on his feet at the 35. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Just a little off. Incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in there.
Back to throw, it's Vega. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Deep shot for the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Turning it on. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
I know this guy is really athletic, but it's going to be hard to outrun a DB. It was a really nice job scrambling, trying to get what he could get on that third down. But there's the DB in the open field. Nice job rallying to the quarterback, getting him down. Now it's decision time for the offense, 4th and short.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. First and goal from the 4 as they try to break the seal on the scoring. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air, it's Fancher. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the pressure gets to the quarterback. Down he goes, but that penalty marker sitting right at the line of scrimmage might be offsides against the defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And the Spartans line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. Here's the return. Slips through the line. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Back open in the middle. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to pass. It's Vega. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Hauls it in. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Wants to throw it again. He caught it. And he won't be able to get it as the defense gets him down at the 1. Now Michigan State wants to stop the clock. It's their 2nd timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll go to the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now the Spartans calling their 3rd and final timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And it'll be a touchdown. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They march 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Fancher. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. He's going to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. They make the stop. It'll be 4th down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. The Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the away team sideline, developing story, guys, their best wide receiver is dealing with a few issues. Very banged up here in this game, but he is battling through it, still on the field, trying to perform for his offense. I'll keep you posted on how he's able to adapt here in the game. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got a man in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Vega. Going to try to get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Nestled just inside that right upright. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. And they head to the locker room, 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the Arizona Wildcats. And it's the Red Raiders trying to close out what would be one of the toughest wins of the season. And that's a big statement considering this team is already 6-1. Let's see if they have what it takes. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is. Now back to your game inside Spartan Stadium. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. And with that, let's head back to the place they've been playing football for more than 100 years, Spartan Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. Coming out with it, it's Brinson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. What did they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
The Spartans head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
All right, Holly. They'll go to the counter. Picks up the first down. Here's a little room there. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
One of the things I love about these misdirection-type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David, and you saw it right there.
And saying the word angles means a lot because that's exactly what you do. Now I can block down and I can leave somebody unblocked, pull around, kick him out, use misdirection in the backfield. Really just get your eyes as a defense on something else and then go the other direction. Nice misdirection play call by this offense.
Ready, go! Ready, go! Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Using his legs, it's Edwards. Shakes off the defender. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. At the end of that play, there is a Spartan who is slow to get up. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Fancher. It's complete to the right. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Keeps it himself. Makes it past the marker. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. There's some room. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Spartan.
Well, they're able to punch that one in on the ground, and honestly, I'm not sure the defense really expected them to come out running the football considering how much they're down in this game. Probably expecting them to throw it a little bit more and have a little more sense of urgency, but either way, listen, for the offense, you just got to get on the board. You got to find a way to score somehow, some way. Now, they're down by a lot, David, and I don't know if they can keep running it moving forward.
They might not be able to keep running it, but they had to score on that possession. Now, defensively, you got to step up for me, right? Like, they got to get both sides of the football working together, but the defense is going to have to get some stops. But obviously, a bulk of the pressure is on this offense. Every possession is going to be so important.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They come out for the first time in this 2nd half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. From the gun, the running back has it. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got enough for the first. Still running at the 40. And there they go again, another huge gain on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
What an unbelievable job by the secondary. No pass rush in sight. Quarterback had all day to throw, but they still took away all the options in the back end. Great job.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. This is a designed run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Zings it complete to the right. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. And that is the last thing they wanted to see with this guy in the middle of the Heisman Trophy race. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He gets it inside the 25. They'll move the chains. It's a first down. Spot the ball at the 23. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the air. It's Vega. Rushes on him. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Motion from the wideout. They'll run it on first and goal. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And that's the way you punctuate the long drive. Nice job being physical, getting that ground game going, and Jesse finishing with the ground game.
Yeah, really, I think that drive is really a microcosm of what they've been doing all game, right? Imposing their will by running the football. The defense knew it was coming, and they still couldn't stop them.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The run inside. It's Edwards. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. He's got his man across the middle. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. On the run, it's Edwards. Got enough for the first. At the 35, there's a crease. Touchdown, Sparty! Rolled his way into the end zone. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, man. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished with a 64-yard sprint to the house. Fielded in the end zone, it's Best. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Out of the gun to give to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Looking downfield, it's Vega. Unloads to the right. Got his man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. When you're dealing with a a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Looking left. Working the big fella to the corner. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. They got the sack, but there is a man down on the play. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Unloads to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He'll be stopped right at the 42 after returning the pick, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So getting the ball back on that interception at least gives us a chance to have a finish in this one. Running inside, it's Edwards. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Fancher. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Makes a grab and room to run. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Spartans want to pick up the tempo.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You know, when you talk to quarterback coaches, they oftentimes say, my goal for my guy is to complete 65 to 70% of his throws. That has not been the case for this guy. He is under 33% throwing it in this game. That's the reason, guys, why they're losing.
Under fire. Got his man on the outside. Stumbled to the ground. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. I'm sure Holly will find out what's going on, and for the moment, we will step aside. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Vega. Finds his man. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Now Michigan State wants to stop the clock. It's their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Handoff from the gun. Maybe a crease. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Now the Spartans calling their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Right on the money. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
The give to the single back. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way to put an exclamation point on this one.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.